Hello, I am almost home, so it won't be too long, this video. So periodically I stalk people on Facebook. Sometimes it's just because I want to know what's going on. I haven't seen or heard anything on Facebook in a while. And then it's awesome because it is an avenue to where where you can actually reach out to old friends and learn new things and find them again. And but this video is actually about how I guess how I've tried to protect Xavier, or I mean, the word protect is pretty broad in this instance. By the way, I don't have rights to any of the music in this video. So Xavier's biological father is not Jess. Jess met Xavier when he was 3.5-ish, and has pretty much did almost immediately adopt him. It was an instant family for the three of us when Xavier met Jess too. It took Xavier a little while to call him dad, but you know, that's normal. I'm not sad about that. Xavier's biological father had an aunt who basically raised him from the time that he was 5, because from what Mark used to say is that he wasn't cute anymore, and so his biological mother didn't want anything to do with him. And she went on and did her own thing and whatever. Throughout his life, she tried to reach out to him, and it seems like every time that he did, it just didn't end well. But anyway, the aunt that raised him her name was Margo. And you know, when Xavier was about 3.5, 3, I guess, I joined the army, and I had to leave for the first year to get through basic training, get through AIT, and then I got to my duty station. And then shortly thereafter, my mom actually moved to Texas with Xavier, and Margo had always been like an active part in Xavier's life, and before I left to go to the army. And I think that, you know, Mark says that biological father, that Margo was very angry at me because I abandoned my son and joined the army. But realistically, since then, I had talked to her multiple times, and was open with her when we did talk. And the way that she explained things to me, she was a teacher, a really good teacher, never mind, but I have seen her taught. She taught at my high school. She taught at SDSU. I believe she taught at Mesa. So really good teacher. She was a principal almost at one point, or a couple times. I mean, she was very secretive and private with her life. I'm not secretive, private. And 10 years ago, I think, she got cancer, and she ended up doing like a bone marrow transplant, survived from it. And then I guess within the last couple of year or so, she went through bone marrow transplant again. And Xavier, when we first moved to Fort Carson, he left. He wasn't happy with me. And you know, we all got our issues. And he moved to Washington to live with his biological father. He was there for 1.5 years, 2 years, something like that. During that time, he was able to rekindle or reach out to Margo. Margo would go to Washington and see Mark, and Xavier was there, so it was pretty awesome. I just was Facebook stalking Mark. I do that, honestly, I do that often because he has a tendency not to pay child support. He's had child support since Xavier was born, and he hasn't really paid it consistently. And so with him, he would always post his employment on Facebook. So I would use Facebook as a way to find out where he was working and be able to let the state know that he is working and this is where he's at. So yeah, is that malicious? In a way, it is, because I'm using information against him. But he did put it on social media and it's open. So if the state of California won't do anything to make sure that my son gets money to support me, get money to support my son, then that's what I'm gonna do. So guilty in the fact that I creep for bad reasons in that instance, yes. Other reasons I don't, honestly. But I just got on his Facebook page to see, because I know that she is dying. And it's sad. I tried reaching out to Mark, and Mark said some really mean things to me, blamed me for a lot of stuff, and it's like, I haven't been around for 20 years. How can you blame me for stuff that you, as the biological father, or her as the aunt, Mark ended up calling her mom, so his mother for these, mother for these intensive purposes, but just opened our home when I wasn't willing to. We were overseas, and he said, that's more than okay to come and stay at our house so you can have a relationship with Xavier. Mark chose not to, but also at the same time, he didn't pay his child support, so he couldn't get a passport, so he couldn't come to Germany, couldn't come to Belgium. We moved back to Missouri. He knew we were in Missouri. He didn't extend any type of want or desire to be a part of Xavier's life. We then went to Alaska, and then after Alaska is when Xavier went there. So realistically, if you're going to blame somebody for something, you have to take your responsibility, and he didn't do that. I had just reached out because Xavier was concerned about his grandma Margo, and all that came back, and I was nice. I didn't say anything bad. I just said, hey, Xavier said that you said that she was gonna die soon. Is there anything I can do? I was in San Diego, and I'm like, can I come by and see her? And nothing but bad things that he said to me. So that's a cross I have to bear, only because I know my intention, I know what I was trying to do, and I'm sad that he thinks that I'm trying to keep Xavier from him. Anyway, so I just got on his Facebook page, and I guess Margo died yesterday. So my heart hurts. It really does. I mean, I don't like Mark. It's not a nice person. He isn't. He makes up stories in his own head to make him look better than anybody else. So I'm sad for him because that's his mom. And now she's gone. I'm sad because it's going to create a hardened heart for him, because he really feels in his heart of hearts that it's my fault that he doesn't have a relationship with his son, and it's my fault that his mother didn't. But at the same time, I know there's a lot of fear behind that, because Margo would often rescue him and save him and protect him. And now she's gone, and that's not going to happen. So I don't know if he said anything to Xavier, but I'm going to have to find out if he has. And just good luck that I'd be able to talk to Xavier and be able to tell him. So anyway, I'm home now. Gotta go inside. Bye.